ফার্ম হাফ হাফ এতিয়াৰ প্ৰতিটো 10 টকাৰ হাফ হাফৰ পেকেটত 14% বিনামূল্যে পাব হাফ হাফত পুৰা পইচা আদায়
ब्लैक टाइगर सीमेंट कमाल का काम टाइगर है नाम
Character, the taste of success.
সুগন্ধ ৰং আৰু সোৱাদ খাটি এভৰিডে দিয়ে আহাৰৰ জুতি এভৰিডে স্পাইচেছ 100% টেষ্ট এভৰিডে স্পাইচেছ বেষ্ট
ভন্টি শুকান মাটি মানে শুকান ফুল
আৰু বাইদেউ ড্ৰাই স্কেল মানে ড্ৰাই চুলি
কিয় কাপিন হেয়াৰ অইল অলিভ অইল আৰু নেচাৰেল ভিটামিন ইৰ গুণেৰে ভৰা স্কেল্পত আৰ্দ্ৰতা যোগায় আৰু চুলি কৰি তোলে হেলদি আৰু মসৃণ কিয় কাপিন হেয়াৰ অইল স্কেল্পে আৰ্দ্ৰতা পায় চুলি উজ্জ্বল হয়
अरे ये तो टूट के अपनी गाड़ी पर गिरेगा
नहीं टूटेगा
तुम तो एकदम सही थे देखो वो इतना बड़ा स्ट्रॉन्ग पेड़ टूट गया पर ये एकदम अटूट
सिर्फ स्ट्रॉन्ग होता तो ये भी टूट जाता ये साथ में फ्लेक्सिबल भी है
बिल्कुल शाम स्टील जैसा
जब टीएमटी फ्लेक्सी स्ट्रॉन्ग
तो घर रहे हमेशा के लिए स्ट्रॉन्ग
এইডাল আপোনাৰ ৰক্ষাৰ বাবে আৰু এইডাল আপোনাৰ ৰক্ষাৰ বাবে
আরে এয়া কি
এইডাল আপোনাৰ ৰক্ষাৰ বাবে আৰু এইডাল ঘৰৰ ৰক্ষাৰ
না
বাবে
জ্বলে না গলে সকলো ঘৰকে সেভ কৰি তোলে আপাৰ অনুশক্তি ফায়াৰ প্ৰটেক্ট ৱায়াৰ
कहे कबीर धर्मदास से बढ़ जा रहा रे बढ़ जा रहा रे ओ कहे कबीर धर्मदास से बढ़ जा रहा रे बढ़ जा रहा रे सतमरापुर पाविया सौदा करो प्यारा रे ओ इसका है मामला खोटा हो जाना रे दूर देश का मामला टेढ़ा हो जाना रे
कालो न जानाति तव जननम् कालो न जानाति तव समापनम् दृष्टो मया तव महाकारः योगेश्वर काल काल योगेश्वर काल काल
Why human life seems to be, no matter what's happening or not happening, seems to be troublesome or complicated. If you're see there's a toddler making his own noise, when you're a toddler, you have diaper problems. When you become an adolescent, you have hormonal problems. When you become middle-aged, of course it's a crisis. Old age is horrible. Of course, death is not something that we want. So what's wrong with human life? nothing wrong, it's just this. You heard of Charles Darwin, that Englishman? Hello? He said, I'm making it simplistic. He said something like this: a goat could have evolved into a giraffe over 1,000,000 years' time. A pig might have become this guy over many million years of time. Like this, many things happened. But the monkey became a man. I mean human, I'm not leaving the ladies out, okay? Monkey became human rather too quickly, so quickly that anthropologists think there is a missing link somewhere. There must be something in between. They have not found it, you found it, anybody? Huh? Not your husband, wife, neighbor. Nobody's a missing link, huh? It happened so quickly. In terms of DNA, if we look at you, human being and a chimpanzee, the DNA difference is only 1.23%. 1.23% is not a great percentage. Hello? Not a great percentage, isn't it? Physiologically, that's how close we are to a chimpanzee. But in terms of our intelligence and awareness, we are worlds apart from a chimpanzee. Now this is our problem. We have an intelligence for which we don't have a stable enough body. Because the body is not stable enough for this intelligence, your own intelligence tortures you. You don't need any outside help, do you? Hello? You sit alone and… Yes or no? Hey, what is only this handful of people are talking to me? People come to me and say, Sadhguru, my mother-in-law, my boss, he's not even human. Like this. My husband, my wife. So I tell them, don't worry, you come here, come and sit in ashram. I'll make sure your mother-in-law, boss, husband, wife, nobody comes here, just you. We'll give you good food, nice place to stay. Only thing is, because all of them are not there, you just be joyful. Just be joyful, that's all, nothing else to do, we'll take care of you. For today and for the rest of your life, we'll take care of you. Only thing is, I'll make random checks on you. If I find you're not joyful, you're causing misery to yourself, then I will stop feeding you. Because it's not good to feed misery, isn't it? Hello? Is it good to feed somebody's misery? No. So, if I find you miserable, I won't feed you. If you remain joyful for the rest of your life, I'll take care of you. Leave them there for 24 hours. In how many ways they twist themselves in 24 hours? Nobody, no husband, no mother-in-law, no wife, no boss, nobody, by themselves. Because the main problem with the human being is their own intelligence is turning against them. You can call this stress, you can call this anxiety, you can call this misery, you can give it 1,000 names if you want, but essentially your intelligence is turned against you. If somebody is stabbing you from outside, that needs to be dealt with differently. But if you sit here, by yourself if you're suffering, obviously it's you, yes? The problem is, you have an intelligence that you don't know how to manage. Once your intelligence turns against you, no force in the universe can do nothing for you. People have cried, Shiva, please save me. But their own intelligence poking them in and out. What can you do? When you're poking yourself, what can anybody do, I'm asking? Somebody is poking you, we can stop them. You're poking yourself, what can we do? No, but Sadhguru, do you know? I know all those life situations. Situations people can create. Nobody can create suffering for you, isn't it? Hello? People can create situations. Suffering is completely self-help. Do you have such schemes in the state? In Tamil Nadu, we have a state called Namakanami. That means we do it to ourselves. It's an economic scheme, but it's also a misery scheme. Namakanami. How would you say in Assamese, Namakanami? Huh? Whatever, I'm not getting it, but Namakanami. We do it to ourselves, self-help. You don't need anybody's help to be miserable, isn't it? See, you're sitting in one place alone, and if you're miserable, you're obviously in bad company. Hello? You're alone by yourself, and if you're miserable, you're in bad company. If I'm with you and you're miserable, you can blame it on me. But you're alone and you're miserable. Bad company or no? If you don't fix this company, doesn't matter what we have in our lives, it doesn't work. As people, as a generation, we have more than any generation ever had, yes or no? Especially ladies, I'm telling you. Life has never been this good for a woman on this planet as it is in 21st century. Yes or no? You must appreciate it, hello? You must celebrate it, because this is for the first time in the history of humanity, due to technology and civilizational aspects, a woman is able to cross her biological limits and do what she wants. Yes? It's not a small thing, don't take it for granted. It is not a small thing. If civilizations collapse tomorrow, once again it'll be back to square one. Yes? So this is a tremendous time because we have more comfort and convenience than ever before in the history of humanity. But we are complaining like nothing. We are cribbing and complaining and whining like nobody ever did on this planet. Because now you have social media, you can tell the whole world every little problem. Earlier you needed a friend in the neighborhood to talk to. They also, if they got bored, they say, shut up. Hello? But now, you can tell the whole world about all your miseries, and there are so many miserable people, they all sympathize with you. All miserable people forming unions all over the world. I'm asking you, if you're miserable, is it your doing? Huh? Is it your doing? Somebody is torturing you from outside, then we will handle it differently. There are only two kinds of suffering. Physical suffering, which somebody can do, or sometimes an ailment or an injury, something causes. But that's not always, that's once in a way. But largely human beings are going through what they call as mental suffering. Where is it coming from? From your mind, yes? So what should we do? If we have half of your brain scooped out, then you will be peaceful. This is what they do. In the mental asylums, after every treatment fails, they will do what is called as lobotomy. They remove a part of your brain, suddenly you're peaceful. If we take away all the potential, there will be no problem. Essentially, what you're suffering right now is human potential. If you had the brain of an earthworm, you would be peaceful. Yes or no? You would be, because they're just eating, sleeping, reproducing, dying, no problem. Somehow it would happen. Once you become human, all the possibilities, if you don't harness them, they all become problems and multiply into many, many problems, isn't it? So human possibility, is it a problem or a tremendous possibility? Is it a problem or a tremendous possibility? So we are suffering our possibilities.
ডালমিয়া সিমেন্ট হল RCF এক্সপার্ট অর্থাৎ রুফ কলম আৰু ফাউন্ডেশন এক্সপার্ট ইয়াৰ নেনো বন্ডিং টেকনলজিয়ে সিমেন্ট সেট হোৱাৰ পিছত তাত কোনো গ্যাপ থাকিবলৈ নিদিয়ে আৰু RCF হৈ পৰে শিলৰ দৰে ষ্ট্ৰং ডালমিয়া সিমেন্ট RCF ষ্ট্ৰং মানে ঘৰ ষ্ট্ৰং
Dear passengers, now you can play your favorite song on our in-flight entertainment.
And play with the cabin lights too.
Captain, will you take my song request too?
Enjoy best-in-class features with the MG Windsor EV. Live business class.
এটা বাড়িতে লাগালে বিয়েটা তো জানি না, তবে বাড়িটা ডেফিনেটলি ভাঙবে না। রুমটা না হলে বাড়ি স্ট্রং নয়। রুমটা স্টিল টিএমটি বার একদম সলিড।
পাহাড়ে এটা হাইকিং স্টিকের কাছেও লাগতে পারে।
মাংস যেতিয়া ৰান্ধি মছলাতে উস্তাদি
সোৱাদ হ'ব ফাটাফাটি কিন্তু ৰন্ধা
মাংস বনোৱা হিট মছলা সানৰাইজ মিট মছলা এতিয়া মাংস ৰান্ধিবলৈ কোনো ঝেং নাই বস दीवार पे कितना डैम्प है यार पिलर में भी फ्रैक्चर मैं तो नाम वाला सीमेंट ही लाया था
किसी काम का नहीं निकला
सीमेंट सिर्फ नाम वाला हो तो घर हॉरर स्टोरी बन सकता है इसीलिए लाएं काम वाला सीमेंट ब्लैक टाइगर सीमेंट का सुपर फाइन बॉन्ड और हाई कंप्रेसिव स्ट्रेंथ बनाए घर का कोना कोना मजबूत ब्लैक टाइगर सीमेंट कमाल का काम टाइगर है नाम
ক'ত আছে যোনটো লওঁ সেইটো দে
চাহৰ লগত যোনটো খাই এইটো
বিস্কার রাস্কিট নাই যদি চাহু নাই
এই ভ্যালেন্টাইন্স ডেত এমপিজে জুৱেলাৰ্ছৰ আকৰ্ষণীয় অফাৰ সুযোগ গ্ৰহণ কৰক সোণৰ গহনাৰ মূল্যত পাওক 20% লৈ ৰেহাই হীৰাৰ মূল্যত 15% লৈ ৰেহাই মণিৰত্নৰ মূল্যত আৰু প্লাটিনামৰ গহনাত 10% লৈ ৰেহাই 0% ডিডাকশ্যনত পুৰণি সোণ সলনি কৰক নিয়ম আৰু চৰ্তাৱলী প্ৰযোজ্য এইবোৰ অফাৰ 15 ফেব্ৰুৱাৰী 2025 লৈ চলিব এমপিজে জুৱেলাৰ্ছ ইউ শাইন উই শাইন
এভাৰেষ্টৰ মমো মছলা মাত্ৰ দিয়ক মিহলাওক আৰু মমোলৈ লৈ আহক এটা স্পেচিয়েল টেষ্ট एवरेस्ट मोमो मसाला टेस्ट ऑफ बेस्ट एवरेस्ट
आपकी लव लैंग्वेज क्या है? सेनको डायमंड कलेक्शन एक्सप्रेशंस ऑफ लव
বেৰৰ ৰং বা ফেন্সি বাথৰুম ফিটিং চাই ভুল না যাব ভিতৰৰ মজবুতি যি মাত্ৰ টিএমটিৰ পৰা পোৱা যায় হেয়া পৰীক্ষা কৰক এইটো কোনো সস্তীয়া নিম্নমানৰ টিএমটি নহয়তো নিজৰ বিল্ডাৰক খুধক আপোনাৰ পৰিয়ালৰ সুৰক্ষাৰ কথা আছে সবাতোকৈ মজবুত সবাতোকৈ সুৰক্ষিত ক্যাপ্টেন টিএমটি ঘৰৰ আসল শক্তি
प्राण जाए किंतु पल्स न जाए
नॉर्थ ईस्ट में दुनिया के सबसे अनोखे फूल मिलते हैं जो चट्टानों को चीर के निकलते हैं तूफान में झूमते पर कभी ना झुकते आंधियों से लड़ते पर कभी ना टूटते इनकी खूबसूरती इनके सॉलिड इरादों में है और आज हर घर में खिल के ये स्टार बन के छा रहे हैं स्टार सीमेंट हर घर में स्टार
সুগন্ধ ৰং আৰু সোৱাদ ফাটি এভৰিডে দিয়ে আহাৰৰ জুতি এভৰিডে স্পাইচেছ 100% টেষ্ট এভৰিডে স্পাইচেছ বেষ্ট
একেলগে দুটা হাফ বিস্ক ফাৰ্ম হাফ হাফ এতিয়া প্ৰতিটো 10 টকাৰ হাফ হাফৰ পেকেটত 14% বিনামূল্যে পাব হাফ হাফত পুৰা পইচা আদায়
টেপৰ পৰা নাহে পানী KSB পাম্প পানীলৈ জিৰ কৈ বৈ আহিব পানী বিদ্যুৎ সঞ্চয়কাৰী জাৰ্মান প্ৰযুক্তিৰে নিৰ্মিত KSB পাম্প পানীৰ প্ৰব্লেম এইটো আকৌ কি
This happened in Hyderabad city. I was just now there yesterday. And this was a reasonably popular, a television anchor. Young woman, 33, 34 years of age. One day she jumped out of her 5th floor balcony and she died. She left a note, "Nobody is responsible for my death. My brain is my enemy." This is her note. It took millions of years of evolution to get this brain to this level of capability. From a single-celled animal to get you to this place took lots of work, isn't it? Tremendous amount of work. Just imagine and see, from an amoeba you became like this, such a complex and sophisticated life. How much it is taken to get you to this place. But now, your brain is your enemy. So brainless you would be okay. Hello? So if you were brainless, you would be all right? Of course you would be. If you were lifeless, you would be even better. So you must understand, every time you make yourself miserable, unknowingly you're inviting death. You're telling this life, it's not worth living. You may not articulate it, but if you sit here, misery, 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 suffering, you're telling this life, I don't want to live. This life, especially human life, every life, but particularly human life, is of tremendous possibility. Why? See, it's like this. All creatures are made like this, that nature has put 2 lines. Within those 2 lines they live and die. But for the human being, the top line has disappeared. There's no limit. This moment you can sit here godlike, this moment you can become a brute. Both are possible. Both are possible or not? If both are possible, it's a question of choice, isn't it? It's a question of choice. Human life is significant because everything is by choice. For others there is no choice. Just by natural instinct they live whichever way they live. But for this one there is choice. That means nature has freed you from its hold. The natural processes have liberated you from its hold. It's for you either to choose to be a fantastic life or a terrible life. Nobody here is a terrible life, but tends to go and come back, go and come back. Nobody is absolutely miserable or absolutely joyful right now. Oscillating. It's called ding-dong life. Goes this way, goes this way, goes this way, goes this way. This means there is uncertainty about your well-being. Once uncertainty means it's accidental. When life is accidental, anxiety is natural. Yes or no? Right now, they have created bicycles like this, we must give you this. There are bicycles, if you turn like this, they go like this. If you turn like this, it goes like this. Have you seen this? To develop counterintuitive way of doing things, they have developed bicycles like this. Suppose your car or your bicycle or motorcycle, whatever you drive, became like this. If you do this, it goes like this. The moment it becomes accidental, is anxiety natural? Yes? Now everybody is saying, You go to the doctor, doctor is also saying anxiety is natural, I am also anxious, you are also anxious, let's take a tablet. Let's both pop a pill. See, if you are feeling anxious and you took a pill, your anxiety went down. What does this mean? What is a pill? It's a certain amount of chemicals. So that means anxiety is one kind of chemistry, tranquility is another kind of chemistry. Misery is one kind of chemistry, joy is another kind of chemistry. Agony is one kind of chemistry, ecstasy is another kind of chemistry. For every human experience, there is a chemical basis. Now, how do I create the right kind of chemical basis within me? As there is a science and technology for creating external well-being, there is a whole science and technology as to how to create inner well-being.
Dalmia Cement hol RCF expert, অর্থাৎ roof, column আৰু foundation expert. ইয়াৰ nano bonding technology cement set হোৱাৰ পিছত তাত কোনো gap থাকিবলৈ নিদিয়ে আৰু RCF হৈ পৰে শিলৰ দৰে strong. Dalmia Cement, RCF strong মানে ঘৰ strong.
সৰু ভাই লাভাৰ ডাঙৰ ভাই কভাৰ
ডট কোন আছে
এক্সেছৰ পিকআপেটো ব্ৰেকআপ বচাই দিয়ে আৰু ইয়াৰ মাইলেজে মোৰ লং ডিষ্টেন্স ৰোমান্স অল নিউ সুজুকি এক্সেছ পিকআপো মাইলেজো উৎকৃষ্ট মানদণ্ডৰ সৈতে
अगर डायपर में नमी होगी तो आँखों में भी नमी होगी। ले आए एलोवेरा युक्त मॉरिसन्स बेबी ड्रीम्स एक्स्ट्रा सॉफ्ट डायपर्स विद लिक्विड मल्टी लॉक टेक्नोलॉजी जो गीलेपन को लॉक करे 10 घंटे तक, गीलेपन और रैशेस से बचाए, चैन की नींद पाए।
ঘৰলৈ আনো কামৱালা সিমেন্ট ব্ল্যাক টাইগাৰ সিমেন্টৰ সুপাৰ ফাইন বন্ড তথা হাই কম্প্ৰেছিভ ষ্ট্ৰেংথে কৰি তোলে ঘৰৰ প্ৰতিটো কোণেই মজবুত। ब्लैक टाइगर सीमेंट, कमाल का काम, टाइगर है नाम।
बेबी को रैशेज नहीं, क्योंकि थोड़ा सा भी गीलापन नहीं, इसीलिए सिर्फ पैम्पर्स, ना कि कोई कम दाम वाला डायपर, क्योंकि पैम्पर्स में है एलो लोशन वाला एंटी रैश ब्लैंकेट जो रखे स्किन को थोड़े से गीलेपन से भी दूर फॉर अप टू 100% रैश फ्री नाइट्स। क्या आपका डायपर बम चेक बम टेस्ट पास करेगा?
একেলগে দুটা হাফ বেস্ক ফাৰ্ম হাফ হাফ এতিয়া প্ৰতিটো 10 টকাৰ হাফ হাফৰ পেকেটত 14% বিনামূল্যে পাব হাফ হাফত পুৰা পইচা আদায়
প্রাণ যায় কিন্তু পালস না যায়
নব ক'ত আছে
তেওঁ বাকলি গুচাইছে
আৰু চমকি
তাই পিহি আছে
কি কৈছে আজিৰ দিনতো বাকলি গুচোৱা পিহা
কিন্তু ৰেডিমেড পেকেটৰ কোটনো আছে সোৱাদৰ গুণ
এক মিনিট এতিয়া ওলাল নহয় সবাতোকৈ বেষ্ট
এভাৰেষ্টৰ জিঞ্জাৰ গাৰ্লিক পেষ্ট কি যে ফ্ৰেছ টেষ্ট অৰ বেষ্ট এভাৰেষ্টৰ জিঞ্জাৰ গাৰ্লিক পেষ্ট
পিছত নক'ব ৰন্ধীৰে নজনালে বুলি
Character, the taste of success.
পাকঘৰত কথাবোৰ লাগিলে যিমানে অনুমানিক নহওক ফৰচুন সয়া বড়িৰে আপুনি কিবা এটা নতুনেই পাব ফৰচুন সয়া বড়ি বেলেগ কিবা বনাওক
আহক
পেলাওঁ ভগৱানক মনত মোক্ষ আকাশ ফুল ধূপকাঠিৰ লগত ভক্তিলৈ আনে শক্তি মোক্ষ আকাশ ফুল ধূপকাঠি
नमस्ते इंडिया खालाने
নিয়মীয়া বাৰ্তাৰ বুধবৰীয়া পৰিপূৰিকা নিয়োগ বাৰ্তাত অসমৰ চাকৰি প্ৰাৰ্থীসকলৰ বাবে আশাৰ বাৰ্তা ৰাজ্য চৰকাৰৰ বিভিন্ন প্ৰতিযোগিতামূলক পৰীক্ষাৰ আৰ্হি প্ৰশ্ন কেনে হ'ব প্ৰতিযোগিতামূলক বিভিন্ন পৰীক্ষাৰ ইংৰাজী সাধাৰণ জ্ঞান গণিত আৰু বিজ্ঞানৰ লিখিত পৰীক্ষাৰ সম্ভাৱ্য প্ৰশ্ন আৰু উত্তৰ ধাৰাবাহিকভাৱে প্ৰকাশ হ'ব নিয়মীয়া বাৰ্তাৰ বুধবৰীয়া পৰিপূৰিকা নিয়োগ বাৰ্তাত লগতে আছে চাকৰিৰ সংবাদ গড়কাপ্তানি বিভাগত 654টা অভিযন্তাৰ পদ খালী উচ্চতম ন্যায়ালয়ত 240টা পদত নিযুক্তিৰ প্ৰস্তুতি নেক্সটত একাধিক পদ মুকলি CSIF কনষ্টেবল ড্ৰাইভাৰৰ 1124টা পদৰ বাবে আবেদন আহ্বান ৰেলৱে ৰিক্ৰুটমেণ্ট বৰ্ডৰ 1036টা পদত নিযুক্তিৰ প্ৰস্তুতি এগ্ৰিকালচাৰ ইনস্যুৰেন্স কোম্পানীত পদ মুকলি সহায়িকাৰ পদত নিযুক্তিৰ প্ৰস্তুতি UPSCৰ চিভিল সাৰ্ভিসৰ 979টা পদৰ বাবে পৰীক্ষা সেন্ট্ৰেল বেংক অফ ইণ্ডিয়াত 1000 বিষয়া পদ খালী কেন্দ্ৰীয় সংস্থা ৰাইটছ লিমিটেডত চাকৰি নেশ্যনেল থাৰ্মেল পাৱাৰ কৰ্পোৰেচনত খালী পদ পোৰ্টছ অথৰিটি অফ ইণ্ডিয়াত নিযুক্তি আৰু ইণ্ডিয়ান অইল কৰ্পোৰেচনত 3 শতাধিক পদত নিযুক্তিৰ প্ৰস্তুতি পঢ়ুৱৈসকলে নিকটৱৰ্তী বাতৰি কাকতৰ পৰিৱেশক আৰু বিতৰকৰ সৈতে শীঘ্ৰে যোগাযোগ কৰক
How to create a chemistry of blissfulness. That is, if you sit here, you're blissful by your own nature. So if I'm blissful, what will happen? Blissfulness is not a goal by itself. If you're blissful, it essentially means you're continuously pleasant within yourself. If you are pleasant, there is substantial scientific and medical data, but you don't need anything. By yourself you know. When you are pleasant within yourself, your body and your brains work at their best. Is that so? When you are in a pleasant state of experience, your body and your brains work at their best. Have you noticed this? Yes. Only if your body and brains work at their best, then you are a successful life. Otherwise, if your brains don't work for you, if your body doesn't work for you, then you're a twisted out life, isn't it? This much you must do to yourself. We do not know whether you'll climb Mount Everest or not. I don't think you will. I do not know whether you will become the richest man in the world or not, or the most beautiful woman in the world or not, or will you run like Mr. Bolt or not, we don't know. But at least this much you deserve, this much you owe to yourself, that if you sit here, your experience of life is pleasant. This much you deserve, isn't it? This much every human being deserves, yes or no? Other things, somebody wants to run, maybe you don't want to run. It's okay. Somebody wants to climb, maybe you don't want to climb. It's all right. But if you sit here, your experience of life should be pleasant. This much every life deserves and every life must have. But today we are making it out like that is a great achievement. Well, people are going about spreading this, even the so-called spiritual leaders are going and saying, peace of mind is the ultimate achievement of your life. Such people will only rest in peace. I'm asking you, if you want to enjoy today's dinner, even if you are not bursting with blissfulness, you must at least be peaceful, isn't it? Hello? The food that you eat, if you want to enjoy it, even if you're not blissed out, at least you must be peaceful. If you want to enjoy the company of somebody who is sitting next to you, even if you're not overflowing with love, at least you must be peaceful. If you want to just walk upon the mountains and enjoy the mountains and nature, Even if you're not ecstatic, at least you must be peaceful. Yes? So I'm asking you, is peace the most fundamental requirement, or is it the ultimate achievement in your life? It's a fundamental requirement. Such a fundamental requirement, which was natural to you when you were a child. What happened? What is it that happened? No, I've grown up, I've got this, I got that. Arey, you only have those things that you desired. Hello? No, Sadhguru, I got married thinking this man, but now that man… Arey, that's how men are. I want you to understand, when Krishna was alive, his wives were complaining. I'm saying, there is nobody in the universe who will happen 100% your way. Nobody. This is why a lot of people are shifting to dogs, but they also do their own thing. Have you found one person who is exactly the way you want them? No. So when this is the case, it's extremely important that this one person is exactly the way you want. If this person happens the way you want, will this person naturally be blissful or miserable? This much you must do in life, isn't it? Hello? Other great things they're talking about, whether you want to do or not, it's your choice. But this much you must do, this one person must happen your way. If this guy is not happening your way, this is a lost case. He doesn't happen your way, she doesn't happen your way, he doesn't happen your way. That's not the problem. This one is not happening your way. This is the problem, isn't it? I know all those damn things that happen in life. More of those things happen to me than to you. Because you must understand, it is the fear of suffering which has made people limit the possibilities of their life. If I try to do that, if it fails, what to do? These days they've given up, otherwise I've had many self-appointed advisors around me, always. So if I say, see, let's do this, we'll start this project now. So Sadhguru, this is not going to work. If it doesn't work, what will happen? I said, what will happen? If it doesn't work, what will happen? We tried because we see it's important. If it didn't work, it didn't work. You may be becoming miserable, so you're worried about it. I will be joyful. If it succeeds, it's good for the people. If it doesn't, I'm still joyful and blissful. No consequence. Once there is no consequence, in terms of what happens around you will not create a consequence within you, now you have no fear of suffering. When there is no fear of suffering, you will walk your life full stride, full potential. If there is fear of suffering, you hesitate and cripple yourself, cut yourself down. What will happen? What will happen? What is this? What will happen? Maybe you'll end up suffering, that's all, isn't it? Hello? Well, make sure you don't get physically injured or cut into pieces, that you must take care. Mentally, nobody can cut you into pieces except yourself. Hello? Has anybody ever entered into your mind? Well, we can say something in your ears and freak you. Yes or no? We can freak you, but whether it freaks you or not is your choice. See, right now I say, all of you idiots! Oh, why is he calling us idiots? Why he said I'm an idiot. It just bothered you. At 2 o'clock in the morning you're still not able to say, why did he call me an idiot? See, I just uttered a word and you're still suffering at 2 a.m. You must be an idiot, isn't it? Suppose you don't know English language, I say, idiot, you think I'm saying good morning? Yes or no? So the word idiot doesn't hurt you, it's the way you react. The way you react. So this is entirely the process of human life, that we have to move from compulsive reaction to conscious response. If you consciously respond, if it is good, you'll take it, not good, you'll leave it and go. Yes, good for you, you take it, not good for you, leave it and go. But if you're in a compulsive state of reaction, you get enslaved to anything and everything that somebody else does. It's this slavery which will not allow you to ever liberate yourself, constantly entangling you in many things. See, people are not suffering their enemies, they're suffering their loved ones, isn't it? Hello? They want to enter this educational institution. Their whole dream is, somehow I must get into this college. This is all I want. They got it. Then they're suffering. Why? Because now they have to get out properly. Getting in is not the point, you have to get out properly. Then you got out. Then suddenly you realize getting out is not the thing, you must get a job. My job, now they become miserable. They got a job, first day they were ecstatic. You go and see them, if you keep them at the same table next 5 years, depressed about their job. Tell me, what is it that they're not suffering? Just about anything. This is not because life is suffering, and some people are coming to conclusion, life is suffering. Life is neither suffering nor joy. It's up to you. It's up to you. You can sit here joyfully, or you can sit here miserably. Is it a choice or no?
Dalmia Cement hol RCF expert, অর্থাৎ roof, column আৰু foundation expert. ইয়াৰ nano bonding technology cement set হোৱাৰ পিছত তাত কোনো gap থাকিবলৈ নিদিয়ে আৰু RCF হৈ পৰে শিলৰ দৰে strong. Dalmia Cement, RCF strong মানে ঘৰ strong. জীৱন হতে সিন্থল লাইমৰ হৈতে. Life is awesome.
Dear passengers, now you can play your favorite song on our in-flight entertainment.
And play with the cabin lights too.
Captain, will you take my song request too?
Enjoy best-in-class features with the MG Windsor EV. Live business class.
इन्वेस्टमेंट की रेगुलर इंफॉर्मेशन मिलती है क्या?
बिल्कुल।
मुद्रा के लिए पैरों में 3 फीट का गैप।
पूछ, विड्रॉ करने के बाद पैसे कितने टाइम में मिलते हैं?
सुन सवाल चंद, म्यूचुअल फंड सही है .com पर लॉग इन कर, वहां तेरे सारे सवालों के जवाब मिल जाएंगे, समझा?
कौन सी वेबसाइट?
म्यूचुअल फंड सही है .com।
सही है।
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
টেপৰ পৰা নাহে পানী, KSB পাম্প আনিলে জিৰ কৈ বৈ আহিব পানী। বিদ্যুৎ সঞ্চয়কাৰী জাৰ্মান প্ৰযুক্তিৰে নিৰ্মিত KSB পাম্প। পানীৰ প্ৰব্লেম এইটো আকৌ কি?
কৃষকক তেজপিয়াই কলে
ৰং হলাই লোৱা, বিলাহী পটাপট ৰঙা কৰি লোৱা।
কৰিম যদি কোনোবাই তেজপিয়াৰ শপত খায়, সেয়েহে মই ৰং সলাব নাজানো।
এই সত্যতা আৰু স্বাভাৱিক ৰঙা বিলাহীৰে প্ৰস্তুত হয় কিষান টমেটো কেচাপ।
প্রাণ যায় কিন্তু পালস না যায়।
বেৰৰ ৰং বা ফেন্সি বাথৰুম ফিটিং চাই ভুল নাযাব। ভিতৰৰ মজবুতি যি মাত্ৰ TMTৰ পৰা পোৱা যায়, সেয়া পৰীক্ষা কৰক। এইটো কোনো সস্তীয়া নিম্নমানৰ TMT নহয়তো। নিজৰ বিল্ডাৰক সোধক, আপোনাৰ পৰিয়ালৰ সুৰক্ষাৰ কথা আছে। সবাতোকৈ মজবুত, সবাতোকৈ সুৰক্ষিত কেপ্টেইন TMT, ঘৰৰ আচল শক্তি।
চেনি? না না না, মোৰ সুগাৰ নথকা কাপ ডায়েবেটিছত কম কৰিবলগীয়া হৈ পৰে।
তেন্তে ব্লাড চুগাৰ কম হ'ল?
ক'তনো,
অকল চুগাৰ কম কৰিলেই যথেষ্ট নহয়।
মানে
এতিয়া ফাইবাৰ থকা কাপো ষ্টাৰ্ট কৰা যেনে হৰলিক্স ডায়েবেটিছ প্লাছ ইয়াৰ হাই ফাইবাৰে ব্লাড চুগাৰ নিয়ন্ত্ৰণ ৰখাত সহায় কৰে প্ৰথম দিনটোৰ পৰাই
আহক পেলাম ভগৱানক মনত মোক্ষ আকাশ ফুল ধূপকাঠিৰ লগত ভক্তিলৈ আনে শক্তি মোক্ষ আকাশ ফুল ধূপকাঠি
यूं ही नहीं मैं बन जाता हूं कुदरत के कोने कोने से खूबियां खोज लाता हूं गुणवत्ता की गहराइयों का गोताखोर हूं मैं पर उम्दापन की नई ऊंचाइयों को छूना चाहता हूं मैं यूं ही नहीं मैं रजनीगंधा बन जाता हूं
बेबी को रैशेज नहीं क्योंकि थोड़ा सा भी गीलापन नहीं इसीलिए सिर्फ पैम्पर्स ना कि कोई कम दाम वाला डायपर क्योंकि पैम्पर्स में है एलो लोशन वाला एंटी रैश ब्लैंकेट जो रखे स्किन को थोड़े से गीलेपन से भी दूर फॉर अप टू 100% रैश फ्री नाइट्स क्या आपका डायपर बम चेक बम टेस्ट पास करेगा
I would like to be with joyful people. What is your wish? In your life, would you like to live and work with joyful people or miserable people? I want you to please remember, everybody else is expecting the same thing. That's all they are also expecting, isn't it? They are not expecting you to be some perfect genius. They are expecting you're pleasant and nice. Are people around you expecting you to do some kind of a genius? They want you to be an Einstein coming up with a new theory? No, they want you pleasant and wonderful around them. You also want the same thing. Then what is the problem? When both of us want the same deal, what is the problem? If I want one thing, you want something else, there is a quarrel. When all of us want the same thing, what is the problem? That is the problem we need to address because I think you should be joyful. I am exempted. Life doesn't work like this. This Bharat is a land of stories. Stories like nobody has told such stories in the world. Once upon a time, there were two brothers, young boys, little mischievous, and parents are embarrassed about these children because the whole neighborhood is discussing their children. These boys are everywhere, always in some trouble. So parent thinks the children need to be fixed a bit. See, you know how to produce a child, but you don't know how to fix one, isn't it? Did you manage? Did anybody manage? No. So they decided to take these two boys to the local parish priest. But together they're very strong, so they decided to take the younger boy first. So they took the younger boy first and made him sit in the priest's office and they left. The priest came with long robes and a longer face. With a very grave face, he walked up and down and up and down. The little boy sat there, doing the ping-pong act. You know, for all these things you need little drama, otherwise it won't work. Then in mid-stride he stopped and said, "Where is God?" The little boy looked bewildered, he looked all over, he must be somewhere in the priest's office. Then he looked bewildered. Then the priest saw that the boy is not getting the point. He leaned on the table and said, "Where is God?" The boy got terrified, looked under the table, no God. Then he was looking completely bewildered. Then the priest thought, oh, he's not getting the point. And he walked across, he wants to give him a clue. God is within you. That means you can't do mischief. He's trying to fix him. So he came and tapped on his little chest and said, "Where is God?" The boy got up and bolted out of the room, ran straight to where his elder brother was, and they went there and said, we are in real trouble. My elder brother asked, "Why, what's the problem?" He said, "They've lost their God and they think we did it." Whatever is your issue, you did it. Nobody did it. Hello? This is the only civilization on the planet which taught you that your life is your karma. That means your life is your making. The way you are right now is your making. When unpleasant things happen to you, there is a choice. Either you can become wounded or you can become wise. Whatever life throws at you, how you make use of it is yours, isn't it? Hello? What life will throw at you is not your choice. Life will throw all kinds of googlies at you. How you hit it is your business, isn't it? You go there, get out and say, "No, he's bowling a very difficult ball." If you did not want any unpredictable balls, you should have been a worm or an insect. Very predictable balls only came to them. Once you become human, you want to be on top of the pile, googlies will come at you. You must learn to hit them. I started trekking in Himalayas when I was 19 years of age. From then, 27 years, every year I trekked in Himalayas continuously. So for us, we get into… there used to be one Grand Trunk Express from Chennai. We go to Chennai and get into that thing. That takes over 36 hours to get to Delhi, 36 hours. So, by the time we cross Vijayawada, Vijayawada is the last place where we get food. After that we get only chapati, aloo gobi, aloo matar, aloo jeera, aloo. By the time I get to Himalayas, only aloo, I'm smelling potato. So last food stop is Vijayawada. We get down at Vijayawada and eat as much as we can. After that, only aloo. So aloo doesn't look like you. No, I'm sorry. It's not like you in any way. But if you eat this aloo, it goes inside and becomes you. Miracle. Miracle or no? Suppose I take a potato in my hand and make a human being out of it, who do you think I am? Must be the source of creation, isn't it? And you're able to do it, you eat aloo and it becomes a human being within a few hours. So without the source of creation, life is not throbbing here. Whether it's a single-celled animal or it's you, the source of creation is in a throb. The question is, will you experience it? Will you allow it to find expression in your life? That's the only question. See, we have forgotten a lot of things because of calendar art ruling our minds and lots of invasions and upheavals that we have seen through the profoundness here and there gone. See, if you say right now, Rama, what do you call him? Ram or Rama? In South India, he's Rama. Tamil Nadu, he came, Raman, he became, okay? So Ram, 6,000 years ago plus, why the hell do you remember a man who was 6,000 years ago? What for? Isn't it? And is he a great success? No. His life is a serial failure, serial disaster. 19 years of age, he becomes coronated and he becomes a king. For some political reason, he has to go to forest. And his young wife, she's not a tribal woman, she's a princess. Going and living in the forest is not some romantic stuff. Because you saw in Ramanand Sagar's movie a nice hut in the forest, deer jumping around, gold color, that too deer jumping around, everything romantic. No, that's not for how forest is. If you go and live in the forest for 2 weeks, when you come back, we can't recognize you. You'll become like that. That's how it is. I have been in the jungles of South India. 2-3 weeks if I go in and come, my mother wouldn't recognize me. My head to toe, I'm just swollen with insect bites and works. This is how it is to live in the jungle. So, he is made to go into the jungle. As if that's not enough, the Sri Lankan people come and kidnap his wife, and then he goes all the way south, he doesn't have an army, just him and his brother, fights a war, burns down a beautiful city, not something that he likes to do, all things that he doesn't like to do. Then he brings back his wife. Then again some political situation happens, and who's the other guy speaking? And again he has to send her to forest. His wife is pregnant, he is an emperor. He doesn't know whether it's a boy or a girl, no sonogram. I'm saying, for a king it's very important that he has a son, you know. For those days, that's a norm. He doesn't know. He sends her to the forest. There she delivers not 1, 2 boys. In your life, if you have to do something really terrible, really terrible thing must happen to you, means knowingly, unknowingly you kill your own children. That's the worst thing that can happen. He almost did it. He tried hard to kill his own children, not knowing what he's doing. Fortunately, it didn't happen. Then he never saw his wife, she died in the jungle. Whatever romance you create about it, this is a fact, it's a serial disaster. Why are we worshipping this man? Because no matter what happened, not that he doesn't care, he's involved, absolutely involved. It matters, but untouched. So we called him what? Maryada Purushottam. You must understand that we didn't call him a god, we called him Maryada Purushottam. He is the peak of humanity.
ডালমিয়া সিমেন্ট হল RCF এক্সপার্ট অর্থাৎ রুফ কলম আৰু ফাউন্ডেশন এক্সপার্ট ইয়াৰ নেনো বন্ডিং টেকনলজিয়ে সিমেন্ট সেট হোৱাৰ পিছত তাত কোনো গ্যাপ থাকিবলৈ নিদিয়ে আৰু RCF হৈ পৰে শিলৰ দৰে ষ্ট্ৰং ডালমিয়া সিমেন্ট RCF ষ্ট্ৰং মানে ঘৰ ষ্ট্ৰং
यार घाटा कर दिया तूने मैंने और नहीं तो क्या तूने ही कहा था म्यूचुअल फंड सही है म्यूचुअल फंड सही है
भाई पेशेंस म्यूचुअल फंड ना इस मैच की तरह है कभी रन रेट ऊपर कभी थोड़ा सा नीचे
शानदार शॉट सीधे वर्मा जी के गैलरी
म्यूचुअल फंड्स की पिच पर जितना टाइम टिका रहेगा फायदा होने के चांसेस उतने बढ़ेंगे
सही है
म्यूचुअल फंड्स में पेशेंस रखना सही है
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें
মোৰ ইশায়ে ভয় কি নাজানে আৰু তাইৰ হ্যাপি গ্ৰোথৰ মাজলৈ মই এক দিওঁ নেছলে ল্যাক্টোগ্ৰো য'ত আছে প্ৰবায়োটিক L-Roy3 আৰু নিউট্ৰিয়েন্টছ যি কৰে ইমিউন সিস্টেমক সাপোৰ্ট নেছলে ল্যাক্টোগ্ৰো ফ্ৰম নেছলে এই ভ্যালেন্টাইন্স ডেত এমপিজে জুৱেলাৰ্ছৰ আকৰ্ষণীয় অফাৰৰ সুযোগ গ্ৰহণ কৰক সোণৰ গহনাৰ মুদ্ৰিৰ পাওক 20% লৈ ৰেহাই হীৰাৰ মূল্যত 15% লৈ ৰেহাই মণিৰত্নৰ মূল্যত আৰু প্লাটিনামৰ গহনাত 10% লৈ ৰেহাই 0% ডিডাকশ্যনত পুৰণি সোণ সলনি কৰক নিয়ম আৰু চৰ্তাৱলী প্ৰযোজ্য এইবোৰ অফাৰ 15 ফেব্ৰুৱাৰী 2025 লৈ চলিব এমপিজে জুৱেলাৰ্ছ ইউ শাইন উই শাইন
ভন্টি শুকান মাটি মানে শুকান ফুল
আৰু বাইদেউ ড্ৰাই স্কেল মানে ড্ৰাই চুলি
কিয় কাপিন হেয়াৰ অইল অলিভ অইল আৰু নেচাৰেল ভিটামিন ইৰ গুণেৰে ভৰা স্কেল্পত আৰ্দ্ৰতা যোগায় আৰু চুলি কৰি তোলে হেলদি আৰু মসৃণ কিয় কাপিন হেয়াৰ অইল স্কেল্পে আৰ্দ্ৰতা পায় চুলি উজ্জ্বল হয়
সমুখলৈ ইমান ডাঙৰ ডিজাইনাৰ বুটিক আহি গল ভাই এতিয়া আমাৰ বুটিক বন্ধ
চাচিমি আমাৰ শাইনি চুলিয়ে কি কৈছে এওঁলোকৰ দৰে আমিও অপৰিহীন শাইন কৰিম
লাগিলে ৰ'দে হওক বা ঘাম সানসিল্ক ব্ল্যাক শাইন ভিটামিন সি আৰু ইৰ হৈতে চুলি লৈ যাছে গ্লসি কোটিং আৰু গ্লাস শাইন
অপৰিহীন শাইন কৰক গ্লাস শাইন কৰক
প্রাণ যায় কিন্তু পালস না যায়
সুগন্ধ ৰং আৰু সোৱাদ খাটি এভৰিডে দিয়ে আহাৰৰ জুতি এভৰিডে স্পাইচেছ 100% টেষ্ট
everyday spices best.
He's hot. He's got the power.
He plays hard.
But works harder.
How do I do it all? The Brezza gives me the power.
এটা বাড়িতে লাগালে বিয়েটা তো জানি না, তবে বাড়িটা ডেফিনেটলি ভাঙবে না। রুমটা না হলে বাড়ি স্ট্রং নয়। রুমটা স্টিল টিএমটি বার একদম সলিড।
পাহাড়ে এটা হাইকিং স্টিকের কাছেও লাগতে পারে।
তোজো কি হল? তোজোৰ বাঢ়ি অহা গ্ৰোথৰ বাবে পুষ্টি যাতে কম হৈ নপৰে, হে জুনিয়ৰ হৰলিক্স। ইয়াৰ DHA প্ৰটিন আদিৰ দৰে 27 বিধ পুষ্টিকৰ উপাদানে শিশুহঁতৰ শাৰীৰিক বৃদ্ধি আৰু মগজৰ বিকাশত সহায় কৰে। সম্পূৰ্ণ পুষ্টি অৰ্থাৎ সম্পূৰ্ণ গ্ৰোথ।
30 বিধ দুৰ্লভ বনৌষধিৰে প্ৰস্তুত কৰা কেশ কান্তি এডভান্স হেয়াৰ অইল চুলি সৰাৰ পৰা ৰক্ষা কৰে, নতুনকৈ চুলি গজায় তথা অসময়ত চুলি পকাৰ পৰা মুক্তি দিয়ে।
পাকঘৰত কথাবোৰ লাগিলে যিমানে অনুমানিক নহওক, ফৰচুন চয়া বড়িৰে আপুনি কিবা এটা নতুনেই পাব। ফৰচুন চয়া বড়ি, বেলেগ কিবা বনাওক।
Yeah, Sadhguru, Namaskaram here. Sadhguru, I have two questions.
One at a time. I'm a simple guy, no? One question.
Okay, the first question is, so what is the true purpose of life?
Anything that you're doing, if it's a very wonderful experience for you, doing what you're doing, will you ask, what is the true purpose of doing this? Only if it's burdensome, you ask, what is the true purpose of doing this? First, this is what I've been talking all this time. Because you will not know nothing about life if you make a suffering out of yourself. Making a suffering out of yourself means you're tripping on your own feet. You do not know how to handle your body, you do not know how to handle your chemistry, you do not know how to handle your thought process, your emotion, your energies, and now you want to know the true purpose of life. What if there was no purpose? Hello? I want you to understand, in this creation, in this cosmos, this solar system is a tiny little speck. In that speck, planet Earth is a microspeck. In that microspeck, a sun is a super microspeck. In that Gauhati is a super microspeck. In that you are a big man with purpose. It's a dangerous idea. You need to get some perspective as to who you are. You're less than an ant in this cosmos, isn't it? Hello? All of us, we are not even the size of an ant compared to cosmic space. In this, what is my purpose? All those people who think they have purpose and God-given purpose, usually they are called as fanatics. Don't become one. The purpose of life is life itself. How beautiful can you make this life and every life around you? That's all. What purpose? First step is, if you want to make other people's life beautiful, you must know how to make this life beautiful, isn't it? Make this life beautiful and as many lives around you as possible beautiful.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru. Sadhguru, so being in the Northeast, it takes a very long time for us to travel to the Kumbh Mela. So what can we do at home so that we can make use of this auspicious time. Namaskaram.
Oh. See, you know the word kumbh literally means a pot. You know that? Is it the same in your language? It's a pot. So this pot, that story you know, they were churning and the elixir of life spilled and people are wanting to have a dip in that. The elixir of life means that which nurtures life at its highest. It's spilled on the land and we want to make use of it, that's the story. I won't go into the science of it, there are already videos out there, please watch that. The science of it, why it is the way it is. There are a few of them. We'll leave that now. The simple thing is this. What is it that is the source of life, which is the elixir of life? Right now, are you breathing, everybody? Some of you are not saying anything, I'm scared of you. Are you breathing? Yeah. Is this the elixir of life? If you don't understand what I'm saying, just hold your nose for 2 minutes. You know the breath is elixir of life, yes or no? You're very thirsty, no water. If you get a sip of water, does it feel like elixir of life? You've not eaten for 5 days, one morsel of food, feel like elixir of life? Yes. Elixir of life is everywhere. But there is a phenomena happening right now on the planet that we want to make use of. When there is some external support, why should we miss it? I want you to understand this. 72% of your body is water. If we make juice out of you, if you take out all the water, you will be just this much powder. 72% is water. In this, the buoyancy, the density of the body, the density of human body and the density of the water is almost equal. If a man is very strong and muscular, he is little more dense than the water. Largely women are just about the same density as water, this is why a woman can float very easily upon the water, because the density is just about the same. Sometimes, many of them, depending upon the constitution of their body, many women are less dense than the water, they will float very, very easily upon the water. So, there are many, many aspects to this, how we evolved, and even in our way of looking at things, Adiyogi spoke about this over 15,000 years ago, that first life. You know, among the avatars, what's the first avatar? Matsya avatara. You were all fish at one time. Life was in the water, then slowly it crawled out. What is the second avatar? Kurma avatar. Let me not go through the whole thing, but what was water-bound became amphibious, started crawling. Even now, if you don't know, when you are a fetus in your mother's womb, in the first stages, you have a gill slit. Like a fish, you have a gill. So, we have a certain affinity towards water, and water has a certain impact on us. You can… let's say on a certain day you are very disturbed by something, stressed out, whatever happened to you, you just go and stand under the shower, especially if it's a cool shower. Simply stand there, 2 minutes, 3 minutes or 5 minutes and come out, somehow it feels like a lot of it is gone. Yes or no? It's not about cleaning the skin. Something seems to be unburdened just if you… they're in moving water. So this is why always going to the river was very important, especially meeting rivers were very important. That too, Ganga is important, Brahmaputra also is a wonderful river. You can go take a dip.
Namaskaram Sadhguru, my name is Sanmay, I am from Assam. So Sadhguru, Guwahati used to be very famous for astrology. We have a Navagraha, very ancient Navagraha temple here as well. So I have heard you speak about how yoga means not being influenced by planets or anything external. So I wanted to know, like why Indian culture evolved astrology or and temples for Navagrahas in the first place. Thank you.
Anyway, to set things right for you, in Bengaluru, in the Sannidhi that is already on, we are establishing a very powerful Navagraha temple. What is a graha? You must understand. Graha does not mean a planet. It's a wrong interpretation. Graha means an influence. That graha also means to perceive. Influencing somebody and how they perceive it, these two things are connected. So word graha means that something has an influence over you. The nature of life is such, well, modern science is proving this beyond any doubt, that every physical thing has a certain reverberation. Right now, this pot here has a certain reverberation. Now it's my choice whether I allow this to influence me or I influence this. This is a choice. So in that context, I might have spoken somewhere, I don't know where you heard this, that between human consciousness and physical object, which do you think is a higher possibility? Human consciousness should decide the way physical object should be, or physical object should decide the way human consciousness should be. Human consciousness should decide. But does it mean to say physicality has no influence over you? Just now I was telling you, somebody asked the question on Kumbh, go and sit in the river, it'll make a difference. Because you still are a physical body, isn't it? However spiritual you think you are, your body is not gone, it's still here, it's subject to all the physicalities of life. So, the graha means, see, right now, the modern way of looking at grahas is some 11 graha planets are there, we are not looking at that. We are looking at sun. You understand sun has an influence on anything that… and everything that we do. All life is essentially solar powered, yes or no? From a blade of grass to yourself, everything is solar powered. And the next 7 planets, including moon, is a satellite, but we are calling it a graha because of the huge influence upon us. Just now we were talking about Kamakya. The cycles of the moon and the human female body are connected. This is why the 28-day cycle. If the moon goes crazy, everybody will go crazy. Human physiology will go crazy. I won't go into the details, but it is well established now that these two things are very related.
Dalmia cement hol RCF expert, অর্থাৎ roof, column আৰু foundation expert. ইয়াৰ nano bonding technology cement set হোৱাৰ পিছত তাত কোনো gap থাকিবলৈ নিদিয়ে আৰু RCF হৈ পৰে শিলৰ দৰে strong. Dalmia cement, RCF strong মানে ঘৰ strong.
Attention passengers, there's some turbulence in the air. Do not miss the beautiful view up in the sky. For a better view, you may recline your seats.
Enjoy best-in-class features with the MG Windsor EV. Live business class.
নমস্তে ইণ্ডিয়া খালানে
সুগন্ধ ৰং আৰু সোৱাদ খাটি এভৰিডে দিয়ে আহাৰৰ জুতি এভৰিডে স্পাইচেছ 100% টেষ্ট এভৰিডে স্পাইচেছ বেষ্ট
শিশুৰ স্বাস্থ্যৰ ক্ষেত্ৰত পাৰ্থক্য তেতিয়াহে দেখা পোৱা যাব যেতিয়া আমি পুষ্টি দিয়া আৰু পেট ভৰোৱাৰ পাৰ্থক্য বুজি পাম শিশুৰ এমুঠিমান পেটটো ভৰোৱা সহজ কিন্তু পুষ্টি ভৰোৱা অত্যন্ত কঠিন চেৰেগ্ৰ যাৰ প্ৰতিটো বাউলত থাকে পাৰ্থক্য
এতিয়া 50 গ্ৰাম বিনামূলীয়াকৈ পাব
from Nestle
প্রাণ যায় কিন্তু পালস না যায়
বেৰৰ ৰং বা ফেন্সি বাথৰুম ফিটিং চাই ভুল নাযাব ভিতৰৰ মজবুতি যি মাত্ৰ টিএমটিৰ পৰা পোৱা যায় সেয়া পৰীক্ষা কৰক এইটো কোনো সস্তীয়া নিম্নমানৰ টিএমটি নহয়তো নিজৰ বিল্ডাৰক সোধক আপোনাৰ পৰিয়ালৰ সুৰক্ষাৰ কথা আছে সবাতোকৈ মজবুত সবাতোকৈ সুৰক্ষিত কেপ্টেইন টিএমটি ঘৰৰ আচল শক্তি
ৱাইজৰ অলৰাউণ্ডাৰ যি জীৱন বচায় বিজুলীও বচায় যি ঘৰ আৰু পৰিৱেশ দুয়োৰে বাবেও সুৰক্ষিত সকলো টেনচন সহে চলিয়ে থাকে আমি ৱায়াৰো বনাও পৰিৱেশো বচাও
बेबी को रैशेज नहीं क्योंकि थोड़ा सा भी गीलापन नहीं इसीलिए सिर्फ पैम्पर्स ना कि कोई कम दाम वाला डायपर क्योंकि पैम्पर्स में है एलो लोशन वाला एंटी रैश ब्लैंकेट जो रखे स्किन को थोड़े से गीलेपन से भी दूर फॉर अप टू 100% रैश फ्री नाइट्स क्या आपका डायपर बम चेक बम टेस्ट पास करेगा
টেপৰ পৰা নাহে পানী কেএছবি পাম্প আনিলে জিৰ জিৰকৈ বৈ আহিব পানী বিদ্যুৎ সঞ্চয়কাৰী জাৰ্মান প্ৰযুক্তিৰে নিৰ্মিত কেএছবি পাম্প পানীৰ প্ৰব্লেম এইটো আকৌ কি
মোৰ ইশায়ে ভয় কি নাজানে আৰু তাইৰ হ্যাপি গ্ৰোথৰ মাজলৈ মই এক দিও নেসলে ল্যাক্টোগ্ৰো য'ত আছে প্ৰবায়োটিক এল-ৰয়ট্ৰি আৰু নিউট্ৰিয়েন্টছ যি কৰে ইমিউন সিস্টেমক সাপোৰ্ট নেসলে ল্যাক্টোগ্ৰো ফ্ৰম নেসলে
यूं ही नहीं मैं बन जाता हूं कुदरत के कोने कोने से खूबियां खोज लाता हूं गुणवत्ता की गहराइयों का गोताखोर हूं मैं कुशलता की कार्यशाला में तराशा जाने वाला हीरा हूं मैं यूं ही नहीं मैं रजनीगंधा बन जाता हूं
He's got the power but also playful when he wants to be
How do I do it all? The Brezza gives me the power.
পাকঘৰত কথাবোৰ লাগিলে যিমানে অনুমানিক নহওক ফৰচুন সয়া বড়িৰে আপুনি কিবা এটা নতুনেই পাব ফৰচুন সয়া বড়ি বেলেগ কিবা বনাওক
Satsang Sadhguru, myself Sakshi. I have recently been married and shifted here in Assam. I had very intense experience at Linga Bhairavi temple and at also Kamakhya temple. I want to understand Sadhguru, is there any connection between Linga Bhairavi Devi and Kamakhya Devi?
Sadhguru, you say Shiva is the first yogi, but what about this yogi, what about that yogi, what about yourself? So, there's only one yogi. Yoga means union. If you become one with everything, there's only one, isn't it? What about all the other yogis? They're all sidekicks. So, Sadhguru, you are a yogi, big yogi. I said, no, I'm a sidekick. Because what was done, we just adding a little extra rooms. A magnificent thing was built, but periodically if somebody doesn't come and reinforce that, people may miss the whole point. That's about it. So, this is why in this culture, this Kamakhya question, all these are connected questions in the sense, we always said there's only one mother, divine mother. All other mothers are just sidekicks. Hello? My own mother is a sidekick. There's only one divine mother because feminine as an energy is established. Female body is a manifestation. Yes or no? If there was no feminine energy, there would be no female body. So female body, individual female body is just a manifestation. The real thing is a feminine energy. So you call her Kamakhya, you call her Bhairavi, you call her Durga, well, you can call her whatever you want. You can call her yourself being a woman, all right? The important thing is you recognize that and see if you can experience that. So the purpose of establishing these different devis is so that people can experience that. Kamakhya, as we have already said, she is the yoni, she is one aspect, a powerful aspect of female body or feminine energy. We must understand what is a woman. Woman means a man with a womb. Hello? It's a man with a womb with little extra responsibility of creating the next generation of people. But it is just another human being with womb attached, so that generations will happen. So, she's just that. She's just the womb. Linga Bhairavi is… we consecrated her with 3.5 chakras. There are generally… people are seeing it as 7, in that only 3.5 aspects, because only that was needed for the purpose, because she is there as an attachment to Dhyanalinga. There's a powerful form sitting there and she is sitting as a concert there. So 3.5 chakras. And people I already expressed my fears when I consecrated Devi. I said, my problem is someday she is going to become more popular than Dhyanalinga, because he just sits there but she dances around. So she may become more popular. Already it's happening. So once a year I'm closing down the temple for about 11 days just to break the cycle so that she doesn't she doesn't become far more popular and influential than him. So, the feminine energy is same. Is it just one aspect? No, there are many aspects to it. Different aspects can be celebrated. This is how we made thousands of forms. You must understand, this is the only civilization which knows the technology of God making. It's not a small thing.
11 o'clock. My name is Navajyoti, I am from Assam. So, my question is, Sadhguru, does Shiva have any connection with Assam?
Otherwise, why would I come here? So, Shiva has any connection with Assam? So, you sing full-hearted, you sing full-hearted and see whether Shiva has any connection with Assam or not, okay?
Neela
Sadhguru, thank you very much for coming to this beautiful place of Assam, and I wish that sooner or later you will do a Adiguru also here, Adiguru temple also in Goa. Do you want it? You want it now? Everybody wants it. Sadhguru, thank you so much.
Also leave you, please. Namaskaram, everyone.
ডালমিয়া সিমেন্ট হল RCF এক্সপার্ট অৰ্থাৎ ৰুফ কলম আৰু ফাউণ্ডেশ্যন এক্সপাৰ্ট ইয়াৰ নেনো বন্ডিং টেকনলজিয়ে সিমেন্ট সেট হোৱাৰ পিছত তাত কোনো গেপ থাকিবলৈ নিদিয়ে আৰু RCF হৈ পৰে শিলৰ দৰে ষ্ট্ৰং ডালমিয়া সিমেন্ট RCF ষ্ট্ৰং মানে ঘৰ ষ্ট্ৰং
Dear passengers, now you can play your favorite song on our in-flight entertainment.
And play with the cabin lights too.
Captain, will you take my song request too?
Enjoy best-in-class features with the MG Windsor EV. Live business class.
ओ मेहता साहब किन ख्यालों में खोए हुए हो?
म्यूचुअल फंड के इक्विटी फंड में SIP तो किया है पर अभी मार्केट डाउन है समझ नहीं आ रहा चालू रखूं या बंद कर दूं
म्यूचुअल फंड्स में रिस्क तो है इसलिए इसमें उतने ही पैसे डालो जिसे लंबे समय तक रख सको
बात तो सही है आपकी चले
चलिए
संभल के
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें
अगर डायपर में नमी होगी तो आँखों में भी नमी होगी ले आए एलोवेरा युक्त मॉरिसन्स बेबी ड्रीम्स एक्स्ट्रा सॉफ्ट डायपर्स विद लिक्विड मल्टी लॉक टेक्नोलॉजी जो गीलेपन को लॉक करे 10 घंटे तक गीलेपन और रैशेस से बचाए चैन की नींद पाए
यूं ही नहीं मैं बन जाता हूं कुदरत के कोने कोने से खूबियां खोज लाता हूं गुणवत्ता की गहराइयों का गोताखोर हूं मैं पर उम्दापन की नई ऊंचाइयों को छूना चाहता हूं मैं यूं ही नहीं मैं रजनीगंधा बन जाता हूं
মোৰ ইশায়ে ভয় কি নাজানে আৰু তাইৰ হেপী গ্ৰোথৰ মাজলৈ মই এক দিউ নেছলে ল্যাক্টোগ্ৰো য'ত আছে প্ৰবায়োটিক L-Rotary আৰু নিউট্ৰিয়েন্টছ যি কৰে ইমিউন সিস্টেমক সাপোৰ্ট নেছলে ল্যাক্টোগ্ৰো ফ্ৰম নেছলে
प्राण जाए किंतु पल्स न जाए
आपके पास ना हमारी कैच की हल्दी शायद गलती से इस डिलीवरी बॉय ने आपको डिलीवर कर दी
तभी मैं सोचूं आज पतिदेव के खाने में इतनी रंगत कैसे आई
उन्होंने मेरी कैच की हल्दी इस्तेमाल कर ली
हाँ।
सर के लंच का क्या होगा
हमारे यहाँ
आइए मेहरबान शौक फरमाइए कैच हल्दी ही लाती है खाने में असली रंग क्योंकि खाना सिर्फ खाना नहीं होता है एक दूसरे को जानने का बहाना भी होता है
He's hot.
He's got the power.
He plays hard.
But works harder.
How do I do it all? The Brezza gives me the power.
ঝুমুৰ নৃত্যক সমগ্ৰ বিশ্বজুৰি জনপ্ৰিয় কৰাৰ লক্ষ্যৰে মাননীয় মুখ্যমন্ত্ৰী ডক্টৰ হিমন্ত বিশ্ব শৰ্মাৰ সবল নেতৃত্ব আৰু মাৰ্গদৰ্শনত অসম চৰকাৰৰ বৃহৎ আৰু বৰ্ণাঢ্য আয়োজন ঝুমুৰ বিনন্দিনী অহা 24 ফেব্ৰুৱাৰীত গুৱাহাটীৰ সৰুসজাই ক্ৰীড়া প্ৰকল্পত অসমৰ চাহ জনগোষ্ঠী আৰু আদিবাসী লোকৰ প্ৰায় 8 সহস্ৰাধিক শিল্পীৰ ঢোল আৰু মাদলৰ চেমে চেমে ঝুমুৰ নৃত্যৰ ছন্দত মুখৰিত হ'ব আকাশ বতাহ মুখ্য অতিথিৰূপে উপস্থিত থাকি মাননীয় প্ৰধানমন্ত্ৰী শ্ৰী নৰেন্দ্ৰ মোদী ডাঙৰীয়াই অনুষ্ঠানৰ সৌষ্ঠৱ বৃদ্ধি কৰিব আহক একেলগে এই অদ্বিতীয় অনুষ্ঠানৰ সাক্ষী হৈ ৰওক
পেলাম ভগৱানক মনত মোক্ষ আকাশ ফুল ধূপকাঠিৰ লগত ভক্তিলৈ আনে শক্তি মোক্ষ আকাশ ফুল ধূপকাঠি
নমস্কাৰ স্বাগতম জনাইছো জিপাল জীৱনৰ এক নতুন খণ্ডলৈ আজি জিপাল জীৱনত আপোনালোকক জিপাল কৰিবলৈ মই এক নষ্টালজিক অনুভৱেৰে খনা এক সুন্দৰ সন্ধ্যা এক সুন্দৰ সাংস্কৃতিক যাত্ৰা আপোনালোকৰ লগত কৰিব বিচাৰিম এতিয়া ডিসেম্বৰ মাহ মাঘৰ পূৰ্বে সদায় আজিৰ পৰা বহু বছৰ আগৰ পৰা অসমত যেতিয়াৰে পৰা বৰগছৰ তলৰ পৰা মঞ্চলৈ বিহু আহিছিল তাৰ পাছত যেতিয়া কেছেটত বিহু গীতৰ অনুৰণ